Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Michaela and I make adult coloring videos here on this channel, and today I have a super exciting video, and that is the This or That coloring tag round 3. We have made it through 2 rounds of this tag and we are moving into the 3rd. I honestly had a lot of problems coming up with questions because I feel like I exhausted all basic possibilities in the first 2 videos. So this was a challenge. So I did actually ask for a little bit of help from one of my best friends here on YouTube, Meg. You guys know her, Meg's Ardatrium. So thank you, Meg, for helping me come up with some of these questions. I don't actually have these like separated by hers versus mine. They're kind of mixed in. And we actually worked on some together. So Meg, thank you so much for all the help with this. You know I appreciate you a lot. And yeah, I am going to begin the video first by tagging people. That way that's done and out of the way. And as always, even if you're not tagged and you still want to participate, absolutely, you do not need to be tagged to do a tag video. But I do ask that if you film this video, please link my channel in the description. Give me credit for doing the tag. It does take a lot more effort than I think people realize to actually film. And, well, not film necessarily, but to come up with these tags. And all I ask is for credit. So I think that's that. Let me tag the 4 people. I am tagging, of course, Meg's Ardatrium, Danielle, Danny Buttons, Lauren Loves Color, and Kathy of Spicy Cat Colors. You ladies are tagged. Feel free to do this tag. And like I said, even if you're not tagged, please do it. But I think that's it for this very long intro. Let's get right into the video. So, okay, I know what you guys might be thinking. Michaela, why are you coloring a Halloween page? It's literally December. That is because I'm trying to finish this dang book. This is the, let me show you guys the cover. Oh goodness. This is the Color Your Own calendar that I got from Danielle in the color tube swap. And I need to finish 8 pages this month. So I figure I will just go ahead and color a page from this book, and I already did both the winter pages, so I guess our next closest is Halloween, but that's okay. I think it's still fun. Let's get right into the first question. Actually, I kind of want to pick out a color. Should the bat be purple? We're not gonna go crazy. No, we're not gonna go crazy quite yet. I'm gonna do the leaves, like a nice, like dark green. That's what I want to do first. And I'm also using my Crayola Super Tips. I want the color number 40. Perfect. This is what I'm gonna use. Okay, question number 1. And I should mention, there are 20 questions in this tag. So 20 this or that questions. Basically, you just pick one, and you gotta pick one. You can't pick both. Okay, question number 1. Alcohol markers with a brush tip or a fine tip? Wow, I didn't even honestly think of any of my, well, I thought of some of my answers, but not all of them, and this is one of them I did not think of. That's really hard for me because I actually tend to use the chisel tip the most, and that typically comes on like all alcohol markers is a chisel end. So if I had to pick between the 2, I'd probably pick the brush tip. I do really enjoy coloring with the brush end. You can cover a lot more space without it getting streaky like fine tips do. So yeah, I think for my answer for that, it would have to be brush tip. Okay. Question number 2, Lulu Mayo or Kameliya Angelkova? I decided to plop those 2 in the same question because they give me very similar vibes, especially when it comes to like Kameliya Angelkova's like miniature series. It gives me very much so like Lulu Mayo like character vibes. They remind me of each other. So I figured that'd be a really good question to add this time. Like I said, I didn't even think of my own answer. I'm going to go with Kameliya Angelkova. I love Lulu Mayo, but I really like Kameliya Angelkova. I love the different, I guess, sceneries of her art, and, you know, you got like 50 ocean miniatures, you have like, you know, 50 safari miniatures, and I feel like with Lulu Mayo, it can get kind of repetitive. I feel like you should, like, if you're gonna buy a book of hers, like, I don't know, I feel like you kind of only need one. As I say, I have like 4 of her books, but like, I feel like you only need one because she tends in what I've noticed, and I don't know, like, I might not be 100% accurate in this, it's just kind of what I've noticed. It's very similar sceneries within each, like, book. She kind of tends to do the same thing, but with different animals, and I'm still gonna collect them all, do not get me wrong, I love her books a ton, but they can get a little repetitive in my opinion. That being said, I still love her, no hate at all to Lulu Mayo, she's fantastic, and I'm sure she's a very, very, very nice person. I mean no disrespect with that comment. Okay, moving on. Question number 3, color with pencils or markers? You guys know I am a marker gal inside and out. I rarely color with pencils. Yeah, I just don't color with pencils, like, ever. I do very rarely shade. Again, very rarely. So definitely markers. If I could only pick markers, or if I can only pick between the two for the rest of my life to color with, oh my god, easily would be markers. Okay. Question number 4. I actually didn't number these, so I don't even know how I'm managing to keep that straight. But question number 4, buying physical books or PDF books? Easily for me is buying physical books. I don't have a printer. And also just something about, like, buying a PDF book. I don't know, like, I feel like I don't love the fact that it's not already kind of bound for you. So I like the idea that, you know, you buy one, the work's already done, it's bound, it's together, and once it's, you know, eventually completed, it's a work of art. I mean, I know each individual page is too, but, like, I feel like you guys kind of know what I mean. So yeah, definitely physical books for me. I don't think I've ever purchased a PDF book before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only, like, PDFs I ever get are, like, freebies. And I did have a printer when I lived at my parents', so I was able to print, but I don't have that great of paper, so that also kind of makes it a little difficult. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Question number 5, take pages out of your books or keep them intact? I was actually chatting with Meg a little bit about this question, and you could not pay me $1 million to take a page out of my coloring book. I don't know, I cringe at the thought. I guess you probably could pay me $1 million. Let me be real here, you could pay me probably like $100 and I'd rip a page out of a book. But, that being said, it does make me cringe. Yeah, no, I definitely just, like, would not do it. Like, I know, you know, people rip them out of books, they frame them, they do the whole thing. I don't know, for some reason, like, something about keeping the whole book intact is where I'm at. Much rather keep the whole book intact, but that is just me. Okay, it's taking me so long to color these leaves, I feel like. Okay, next question. Buy new releases right away or wait? Oh man, for me, I feel like this really is artist dependent. Like for example, Kameliya Angelkova, her miniatures books, like, very recently, like, within the last, like, 4 months, I have purchased her books, like, right away. I've needed them in my collection right away. But when it comes to other specific artists, like Hanna Lynn, she came out with a new book. I really, really want it, but I don't necessarily need it right away. She came out with a new book, Whimsy Girls Around the World, which looks beautiful. I just have not purchased it yet. I definitely think it will be. I still need to get the Celebrate the Holidays book too. Maybe I'll get that sometime in December. That could be a really fun, like, year-long, like, kind of book to color through, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I think for the most part, see, that's really hard because sometimes, like, Color Questopia books I buy right away, but that's only because they are a better price. So, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'd say majority of the time I do wait. There are only, like, a very, like, couple specific artists, like I said, that I will just go ahead and purchase right away from. Typically, I'll add it to my wish list and kind of wait it out. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to say for that. Next question is work through a book front to back or work randomly. That's a little tricky also, but not as tricky, because like some of my color by number books I do work front to back in, but I would say like probably 95% of the time I do work randomly in books, just because sometimes you just don't either want to color a certain page at a certain time, you just don't have the inspiration for a certain page, and I don't want to be forced to color something that I'm not feeling inspired in or feeling inspired to color. And I feel like going in order is kind of like, well, you need to be inspired to color this page because it's your next page and you're going in order. Props to people that can do that. I don't do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Let's see. Coloring mandalas with a color palette in mind or winging it. I always have a color palette in mind when it comes to mandalas. Always pick out my colors in advance. Yeah, definitely do not go without having something in mind. That's because I find mandalas like can be tricky because they don't typically have like anything like of realism to them, so you don't really know like what I guess to color them in, and I feel like if I was just thrown in and just randomly picking colors here and there, I think it would look very disorganized. At least like I would end up making it that way, but I feel like it's a lot less disorganized if you have a color palette in mind. So I always have a color palette in mind when it comes to mandalas. The next question I know for a fact Meg came up with because I was like, girl, this is a fantastic question. You guys have to pick between the Hannas. Hanna Karlzon or Hanna Lynn? I love this question. That's like kind of hard also, but my answer for sure is Hanna Karlzon. You guys know I love Hanna Karlzon. I do not color in her books nearly enough anymore. I used to do it a lot more, but I have gotten more into like color by number recently. I guess within the last like 6 months. So I have not really done many pages from her, but I am still a huge hardcore Hanna Karlzon fan. Absolutely adore her artwork. It's so freaking gorgeous. I'm always gonna pick up her new releases. So yeah, definitely Hanna Karlzon for me. Let's move on. This was another Meg question that I know. Watercolor paints or water-based markers? For me, that's very easy. Water-based markers. You guys know I'm using my Crayola Super Tips right now. They're a water-based marker. I color with water-based markers all the time. I have actually never tried watercolors. I can't talk. I have really never tried watercolors. It definitely is my intention one day to try them. I've heard they're fantastic, but I've just never tried them. So yeah, my answer would definitely be water-based markers. You can just color in literally anything with them because they don't bleed, which I love. I love that a lot. Next question is Disney color by number large mystery book or the large circle mystery book? Okay, so I get the wording of this might be a little bit confusing. So basically like those Hatchet Heroes has the 100 page like big like really long books, and one of them is like the mystery color by numbers with all the squigglies, and one's like circles, kind of like Quirkles. So that's basically what you're choosing between. I have actually never tried a circle mystery book by them before. It's not really something I'm too interested in. I'll leave this marker out in case I need it. I should find what color. I'm gonna make these glitter after the video. That's what I'm gonna do for these. Oh, I missed a leaf. What was I saying? I'm not super interested in these circle books. They don't necessarily seem up my alley personally, but I do know a lot of people that love them. So definitely I'm gonna go with the large mystery one with all the squiggles. You guys know I love that. I recently got into it in August and I have been obsessed since. So definitely that. Wow, I got stuck. Now I don't know what to do. Should I make the spider like a gray? Like a 93 maybe? No, a 96. I think a 96 spider would look really good. Let's see. 96. Let's color in the spider. Okay. Question number something. I got too many questions here. I don't even know what number I'm on. Okay, so the next one is Belba Family Stone Mosaic or Pixel color by number books, or whatever they call them. I think they call them the Pixel. Definitely the Stone Mosaic for me. I have never, well actually that's not true. I do own one of their Pixel. It's in the Christmas color by number book, or coloring like mashup book. I do have some of them. I guess I just haven't tried them yet. But I'm definitely gonna go with the Stone Mosaic. Specifically, the black background is amazing. They recently started releasing it in black background, which is great. Also, this gray is dying on me. This is actually a terrible time. Okay. I'm just gonna roll with it at this point and hope for the best. So, that's the plan. So yeah, definitely the Stone Mosaic books. Next question I have is simple mandalas or intricate mandalas. For me, definitely simple mandalas. I consider simple to be like, Kameliya Angelkova has pretty simple mandalas. Yeah, I don't think her mandalas really ever get too intricate. I just kind of imagine those books where there are mandalas and they're just like crazy detailed and like, whoa. So yeah, definitely these simple ones. Next question is Theresa Goodridge or Marjorie Sarnat. This was a Meg question. I actually have never tried any Marjorie Sarnat books, but I have tried Theresa Goodridge. I know they're pretty similar in like their styles, and I know they both create books for Coloring Haven. Yeah, that's what they're called. I am blanking. You guys, it is nearly 7 o'clock on a Wednesday after a long ass day of work. So like my brain is like not fully functioning, but yes, Theresa Goodridge for sure. I think she has some pretty amazing stuff, and while I don't color in it nearly enough, I love it. Okay, my camera's definitely gonna die, and I don't know if I should like try to speed myself up or take my time and switch out the battery. Let's see how far I can get with this. Next question is Crayola colored pencils or Crayola crayons? Okay, well actually I can't say definitely, because to be honest, you guys, I don't use either of them. But I've really wanted to get back into crayons recently. I guess I'm gonna go back to my childhood and just kind of think of that, because I don't really use either. I'm gonna go with crayons, because like as a kid I loved them. I really want to try them again. I know like Lauren colors with crayons all the time, and her colorings are gorgeous. So I need to get myself back into them, buy myself a pack. Next time I go to like Target, just gotta pick them up, you know? Okay, next question. Actually, on standby, I'm gonna switch out the battery. Okay, we are back. I think I have a similar angle. Hopefully it didn't change too much. And a fresh battery, which is great. Okay, next question. Speedy coloring or take your time coloring? I also get very confused about this question because I'm kind of a both person. It really just kind of depends. But I would say 99% of the time, and I am really trying to change this about myself, is I am a speedy colorist. I do try to get things done kind of quickly because I like to get like pages done in one night, and I typically don't ever give myself enough time to color, which is crazy because if you guys have seen like my last 2 finished pages videos, I finished like over 30 pages in a month, which like is kind of a lot. Like I feel like I don't give myself enough time every night to color. I'm kind of just like meh about it. Like I'll color for like half an hour or like an hour, and I feel like I need to give myself more time than that. But yeah, I feel like 99% of the time I do speedy coloring, and when I'm working more in like double-sided like nicer books, I tend to take my time more. But even then, I'm sometimes still very speedy with those, and I don't like to be because it doesn't always turn out the way I want it to. But yes. Next question. Towtree alcohol markers or Skinny Ohuhu alcohol markers? So I'm almost certain there are Skinny alcohol markers from Ohuhu. Oh my god, I really hope like there are, because otherwise I'm embarrassing myself. But I'm gonna make the body of him a dark purple. That's what I'm gonna do. Definitely Towtrees. Those I recently bought, I think last month, and I am in love with them. They are such a staple in my collection now. Like, I don't know how I lived without them. They're really like a great alcohol marker if you guys are looking for trying something new. It's a very good option to try the Tau Trees. And they also have a very surprisingly good pastel range, so yes, definitely Tau Trees for that one. I mean, I'm not sure it's fair because I've never tried the Ohuhu Skinnies, but based on what I have tried, definitely the Tau Trees. Okay, we are getting toward the end. We have 3 more questions. Eyeshadow background or pastel background? So this was another Meg question and I thought it was really good. I know a lot of people use eyeshadows as kind of replacements for pastels to use in backgrounds. I personally have never tried either, so I cannot give a fair answer, but I will probably just go with pastel just due to the fact that they are more like authentic, since, you know, it's the actual like product. But I have seen some beautiful work where people use eyeshadow on their background, and I think it turns out really, really nice. So I don't know yet if doing a purple body for having some gray legs on this spider was stupid. This might have been a very stupid mistake, but whatever. We're going with it. Second to last question. Kameliya Angelkova's seasonal miniatures or non-seasonal miniatures? Okay. I think I'm going to go with the non-seasonal miniatures, and that is because they are more versatile. Now, you can color anything any time of year. You guys know I am an advocate of that. But there is still that pressure that you have to color winter in the wintertime. You have to color summer in the summertime. So due to the pressure that apparently we all put on ourselves, because I'm sure everyone would say color what you want when you want, but do we ever preach what we like practice? Or wait, practice what we preach. Wow. Do we ever practice what we preach? I don't know. I'm speaking for myself here. I do not. I guess I kind of am. I'm coloring Halloween in December, so, but definitely the non-seasonal miniatures, so like the ocean miniatures and the safari miniatures, things like that, are, I think, better than the seasonal. That being said, I do really like her seasonal books. Don't get me wrong. I think they're really great. So that is what I'd go with for that. And the very last question, I had a very hard time thinking of another question, so I don't know if this one's kind of silly, but it is Daria Song or Johanna Basford. I find them to be pretty similar. I mean, kind of. The more I think about it, they're really not. But you know what? I'm just going to go with this as the last question because I did not think of anything better. And I'm going to go with Johanna Basford simply because I've never tried any Daria Song books, but I have heard and seen some, well, okay, wait. I can't have heard and seen these things. I have heard great things about her books, and I have seen beautiful pictures colored out of her books. So there's that. That's my apparently rant of the day. But yeah, I'd say Johanna Basford for sure wins that one for me. And I think that is it for this video today. This has been a long one, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, please do this tag if you want to do it. You do not have to wait for someone to tag you to do it. Like I said, I just ask that you tag me and link my channel, please. That would be fantastic. And the 4 ladies I tagged, no pressure to do the video, but if you do it, I cannot wait to see it. And thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.